All right, welcome everyone to the Draft Attack podcast, season 2. I forgot to put that in the title. The episode 4. My bad. I might want to fix that real quick. And I don't know what you're dying about.
Hang on.
What? What has happened?
Link is going your way. Just look at that car.
Oh gosh. Loading. Oh my
It's in this
gosh.
group.
What have you done?
Mantron, look.
What's up?
Look in the hangout.
Oh
Okay,
my
hold on.
gosh.
Or-
What
Let me
have
get
you
back over
done?
there. Nothing's popping up on my end. Hold on.
There should be a link and an image.
Oh, a link and okay. Excuse me.
Do you see the?
Gotcha.
You see the?
Hey, at least it's not the.
Can't.
At least it's not the weed car. Remember that?
True.
The
That car is actually.
alarm should be
I mean,
logo.
okay, sponsorship aside, that thing is actually really cool looking.
Who drove the 3 car again? Dale Earnhardt's senior, junior, the third. So,
Dale Earnhardt the third. Yep.
no, the title.
There will be
you
a
make-
Dale Earnhardt the third. I'm calling it now.
You
Probably.
Well, I mean, they're technically. Well, technically, I'd classify Junior as a third, just because of Carey. That Joker, I swear, looks like Dale.
I mean,
Junior.
technically, he is Ralph Dale Earnhardt. So
I know that, but I'm talking Carey. I mean, he just got the looks of Dale.
yeah, he does.
But we know you're joking. It ain't no big deal. It ain't no big deal. Gosh, almighty. Anyways, you might be wondering why the title is Harvicking # did it for Dale. Well, he did it for Dale at Atlanta. That's where he got his first win. After all that with Dale happened, so it's only natural that he gave the 3 salute again.
Only his
Well,
second
hey,
win
you know
in
what else-
Atlanta. Can you believe that?
You know what else is perfect?
I know, right?
It's episode 4. It's episode 4, and we have 4 people watching.
And we're talking about the 4 car on a 4 car team.
And
Wow.
is this the fourth time that he's dominated in Atlanta? Maybe.
Fifth.
And it was on the 4th Sunday of the month.
Illuminati confirmed. I'm calling it now.
Boom. I mean, hey, it's perfect. We got the triangle on Velocity's icon, so yep, it's perfect.
Yes, I am the Illuminati. It originated from me.
Then, so is the arrow point?
Our leader.
Here's the question I have. Since the triangle is there, and you say that you are the creator of the Illuminati, is that a V or is that an arrow pointing down?
I'll let you figure that one out.
Okay, I've done figured my conclusions. It's just a V.
What is it?
Anyways,
Who knows? All we know is that Atlanta was the best race. Who am I kidding? That's probably one of like the average races. Zoom,
boom, nothing really happened. I mean, Jimmy Johnson spun. I mean, that was one heck of an engine explosion on Trevor Bayne's car.
Oh yeah, I actually saw that. I was watching the live stream. I was like, "Dang, that's awesome!"
Thomas the Train is on the track, everyone. That was my initial reaction.
A little too much coal in the boiler, huh?
Yep.
Just play the ear rape intro of like the old intro of that. I mean,
Yep.
Bubba.
I've seen those memes.
Everybody's favorite driver of 2018, Bubba Wallace, got caught up in that. Oh well.
Driving a
Not that
NASCAR
much.
driving experience car, which is ironically supposed to train people how to drive those cars, right?
I just pulled hair from my mustache out of my mouth. That's disgusting.
Yeah, they'll do it.
Oh yeah,
But but
we
hey,
forgot.
oh, good.
Well, well, no, go ahead. I'll say this later. I forgot to say something during the intro.
No, I was just gonna say. I mean, after how much domination Harvick had, his first win at the track in 17 years, that is pretty well deserved in my opinion. Congrats to Kevin Harvick on the win.
Yeah.
You may proceed.
Yep. So as I forgot to do this. Anyways, so I am the Ken Squire of the podcast. I forgot to mention that. I'm here with my co-host Larry McReynolds, aka Velocity 88X, and Spider-Man, Top Dragster.
Yep. I have still yet to see that spider ever since. I have not seen it ever again.
He's coming back.
He's just waiting for in the middle of a podcast so that you just
You suddenly just hear a really big, girly, high pitched girly scream,
and then you just hear something.
Yep.
Because you know what you just did. You saw a little spider, and now you just got to get a whole new bed.
and then the spider disappears. Like, yeah, burn the whole house now.
Yeah, I mean that's what's gonna happen, and that's what's gonna happen anyway. But okay, so what's a controversial topic at Atlanta? We got to get something in here.
Whether or not it should be paved or not.
Oh wait. Someone sent an image. I'm not sure if this was just a joke or not, and I don't know if either of you have heard about this. It probably was a joke because I haven't seen anything else on it since. But they said that Harvick was going to get encumbered for not having one of his lug nuts on.
I heard that too, but
I didn't hear it.
I mean, considering all the issues they had with the pit guns, they might let that slide. Which is another
maybe,
thing
or maybe I haven't heard anything about it ever since. So I don't think it's causing a problem.
Well, they always announce penalties on Tuesday, and I haven't heard anything today. So
yeah, true. So controversy. I didn't see the truck race, but I do know that Kyle Busch had a wheel fall off.
That was quite funny. I was bored of watching that truck race, and I don't normally watch truck races. But once the wheel fell off, I was like, heck yeah, I want to see what happens.
Once the wheel fell off, it was like... Well, I wasn't watching the race, unfortunately, but when I saw that the wheel fell off, it's like, oh, I can only imagine the yelling and screaming and cussing that's going on in that helmet right now.
The only thing that I haven't seen it, but the only thing that comes to my mind is the wheel falling off, and all you hear is like some troll music. No.
Or no, it's like that. It's like that. Boom, boom, boom.
That too. I mean, well, no, that. Hold on, I have something on Instagram that
the Wii music or something.
Yeah, and Brett Moffitt getting the victory eventually. That is awesome.
Speaking of Instagram,
driving for the team that Ryan Truex drove for last season. That was awesome to see.
But.
And of course, Harvick winning the Xfinity race in pretty much the exact same fashion that he did the Cup race, so not much to talk about there. Well, the Cole Custer crash.
Yeah. John Hunter Nemechek yet again takes out Cole Custer.
No, I think that was more just a racing deal where Sadler had a big run on the outside. The 42 was going to go up there to cover the spot, but then just had the air taken off of him. He came down, and that just got Custer all out of sorts.
I still want to blame John Hunter.
Of course you do.
About Canadian Tire Motorsports Park or whatever.
Because Junior! Sorry.
Oh, yeah. God.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Hashtag Redneck Jesus. Oh my gosh, that is still. I went back and I watched that part when he sent that, and oh my god, I mean, the reaction was the
greatest
awesome.
moment in podcast history, at least top 10.
That's top five for sure. I think top 3 would be the AJ Allmendinger being sponsored by Jesus,
Definitely.
The whole spider thing, but that didn't wasn't actually on the podcast, but that was still pretty funny. But then, of course, Redneck Jesus. Oh my God, that was awesome.
So what about pit guns? What do you guys think about the standardized pit gun? That seems to cause a lot of problems.
I watched the last 45 laps, so I know nothing. And hello, Nathan.
You know what I heard on the broadcast?
What that?
At one point, I heard Mike Joy say, Alex Bowman's crew has gone to the backup gun of the backup gun. And I'm like,
to the backup gun
seriously?
Of the backup gun. And I also apparently heard that during the race he called Kurt Busch Kurt Haas.
That seems legit.
Dude, I'm really beginning to believe that DW is starting to lose his mind.
Well, he's how old now?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think he's in his 70s.
Yes, I found it.
But there's one point I wanted to make about that. Brett Griffin, Clint Boyer's spotter, says that one thing that all the other commentators do that that Darrell Waltrip doesn't is go inside the track. He's always in his motorhome. He's not keeping up to date about what's happening. Everybody else is.
That's not
Darrell Waltrip.
Never mind.
Making Darrell Waltrip irrelevant.
Yeah, I suppose.
Please ignore that thing I just said.
Back to the question about the guns. I actually kind of support it.
Why?
I mean, it's not like yes, finally, or something like that. I'm like, yeah, I'm in, and it's because like I think that gives more, I guess, equal opportunity for all the teams. It's going to help them save on money, which is really good for some of the smaller teams. Even though yes, we did have a 36-car field, but we can help build on that with these reductions in cost, because obviously in the world of motorsport, more and more money is getting poured in for more and more development. And I like the fact that NASCAR has at least tried in some regards to help bring that down a bit.
Yeah.
Whereas F1, on the other hand, they're going the exact opposite way. They're making it even more expensive, which is why I'm considering, which is why F1 is not more as enjoyable to me. But this is a Draft Attack podcast. We don't talk about that.
I mean, I think if you want to spend millions of dollars like Jacobs Racing had to develop better pit guns, I think you should be allowed to do that. Because look, you're forcing teams to rent out these pit guns that don't work well.
I mean, yeah, I do think that if you're going to give everyone a standardized, if you're going to give everyone the exact same gun, at least make sure they work well, work efficiently, and do their job. And yeah, they kind of didn't. I mean, I think that can.
So,
please tell me this is it.
What in the world is that?
Yes, I found it.
Oh, I hear the music.
I finally found it. So the one I sent before this one is irrelevant. This one's the one I was talking about.
Okay, but I see where you're coming from. I see where Velocity's coming from there. Yeah, I think that they just need to get it together, like get the guns to actually work properly. But I think once they do that, I still do support the idea, just as long as you don't make the guns pieces of junk, which they kind of were for the race. But I think that they can learn from that and help make them a bit better.
You know what they ought to do?
What's that?
All right, here's my thing. What we ought to do is, all right, I'm going to give you I just want y'all to think of this scenario. All right, so with the Gen 6 car and all, what we need to do is we need to make it, I don't know, I know they're pretty close to what the actual car look like, but what we need to do is make them look exactly like all the dimensions and everything. Look exactly like the actual cars, okay?
Wow.
Give them the exact horsepower that each car has. Okay. All right, now what we have to do is for the faster cars, which is going to be the Camaro, of course. They get they have to have a 2-man crew. So after they lap the field about 50 times, they all have a 2-man crew. Toyotas, because we know they're going to be the slowest, they need to have a 8-car crew. They got to get this thing back out there. They got to do F1 style.
Done.
Okay, so for Ford, they're in the middle. They get the 6-car. I mean the 6-man, not 6-car. 6-car crew. Yes, this is cars. We got forklifts out there. No,
You need tires, you idiot.
pretty much. So they get the 6-man crew because they're in the middle. They deserve it. Okay. I think the guns they have to go buy from Harbor Freight, so they're going to be okay for about one race. They need to. I mean, I'm not saying Harbor Freight's bad. I get stuff from there, so, but just yeah. So, and let's see what else. What else will make it? Oh, and no catch fences.
No catch fences.
No catch fences.
Do you realize how dangerous that is?
Well, no, you don't understand. Because the Toyotas and Fords are just going to be going, 115, 120 miles an hour. You don't need catch fences for them. I mean, the Camaros.
There's still a chance of flipping.
There ain't no chance of nothing.
Oh, boy.
Oh, and the best part, we're going to get Dale Sr. to be the very first person to give the command to fire the engine. Oh, Dale Jr.
Oh, wait.
Dale Jr. Oh, and we got to replace all the announcers that no one cares for. So DW and Rick Allen are out. We're going to bring back what's his name? Benny Parsons.
He's dead.
Wait. Yeah, I was gonna.
No, we're bringing him back. He's coming back for a one-time deal. Maybe.
How?
I don't know. It's about the same way as Dale Sr. is, just blow some air in the skeleton. Anyways, cake some mud on there, put a plastic surgeon. You can do anything these days.
This is wrong.
Virtual, like a hologram. Who are we kidding? People don't like NASCAR anymore. All right, so what NASCAR is really going to do is we're going to make bricks. Oh, never mind. That was the COT. Never mind.
Oh, God.
So... Go ahead.
No, that was it.
Okay.
40-second pit stops.
Something we haven't talked about is the performance by Chevrolet.
They did great.
Think about that.
They did great.
They're looking pretty good, but not quite full-blown dominant.
Are you? Wait. Are you kidding me? They are doing terrible right now. This is.
They're not They're not doing terrible. They're still learning. No, they're still learning curve. See, this is how Toyota did last year in the first part of the season. If you notice, they only had one driver that did good, and right now that would be Austin Dillon. Ugh. I mean, not ugh. It's not as bad as ugh.
I think, in all honesty, it's kind of we saw how much speed they had in qualifying at Daytona. I think that's kind of coming back to haunt them on a track where handling played a bit of a role. And I mean, we saw Johnson and some others working their way up pretty good, but then they wear out their tires and then they drop like stones.
Well, see, that's my thing. It was just like Toyota last year.
It's just a bit of a learning curve right now for them.
It's like Toyota last year. They, as you noticed, the only driver that won in a Toyota up until Loudon?
Yeah, New Hampshire.
So Truex was the only guy, and he only had 2 wins at that point. 2 wins? Yeah. 2 or 3. 2 or 3.
Sure 3.
That's it. That's all the manufacturer had at that point. At the end of the season, let's see. Hamlin had 2 wins. Kenseth had 1. Kyle Busch had 5. Truex had 8. That's because they finally put it together, figured it out, and boom. All right, Toyota was dominating. They were the dominant manufacturer. It just took a little bit of a learning curve. So Chevrolet's going to have to do that. I mean, they've had, 3 off seasons already. So, if they have a 4th one, it ain't going to hurt nothing. Except they're just going to make every redneck mad.
But did you guys see where Jimmy Johnson is in points right now?
All I know,
good.
all I know is that what's his name? The guy in the '66 at Daytona. What was his name? Forgot. What was his name? Mark Thompson. Mark Thompson, right?
Yeah.
Mark Thompson.
66.
Yeah, he's behind Mark Thompson in the points. That's what I heard.
And DJ Kennington.
Oh.
So our seven-time champion.
He is 35th in points. That's crazy.
Gotta pick it up, boy. Again, I just think that Chevy's on the learning curve. First races with this new car. It's going to take some getting used to. I think we'll see kind of more of the same at Vegas. We'll see how. But then when we head to Phoenix, then I think that's when we can really see how they're going to fare. And
I'll say this for a Camaro, since I'm a Camaro guy, I know this much. They are for high speed.
Mm-hmm.
So
which I think will hurt them handling wise.
Oh, I don't know because in the Xfinity series they do excellent. I mean, they're up against the Mustang and Toyota's muscle car, the Camry.
Yeah.
Well, the thing, okay, it's actually a good way to look at that though. The reason that they're at least doing decently. How many years now has the Camaro been in the Xfinity series?
That's true.
A lot.
He's 14, I think. 2014.
Yeah, that sounds maybe 13 even.
2013 is when they came in. They still had the Impala, but
yeah, they had the Impala for a while, but yeah, I think it's right. It's either 12 or 13.
I mean, the Mustangs came in around the same time, and they haven't really done as well. So,
so yeah, that
proves it to you, Ford fans. Chevrolet's better.
Oh God, but no, I think it just kind of proves because I mean, Chevy has been in that series now for this will be at least their 5th year, at least.
But they're using the new composite bodies, though. Remember?
They switched in 2011 to the new ones.
What do you mean the new ones?
Okay, I would call it the Gen 4 look to them. They had that in 2010 and then moved to the new, I guess you could call it the boxy car in 2011. The the next generation, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know, I will say one thing I don't like is a difference between. See, this is one thing I'll say. Back in the day, right? I'm talking back whenever I was younger, you know, like let's just say 04 to like 07. Pretty much Busch Series to Nationwide Series car would look the same as a Cup Series car, which I enjoyed, and I'm not talking right now. They look the same, and that's what I like. I like them looking the same.
Mm-hmm.
It just, to me, you know, it made it more fitting. These two series are practically the same thing. It's just you're trying to train those guys to come up a notch. Then they decided, we're just going to switch it up. We're going to make a spaceship. We're going to make a spaceship for the Cup Series, and we're going to make y'all stay the same. Y'all can have the better car. Then they got rid of the spaceship. I don't care. They got rid of the spaceship and decided to go with a brick. And then finally Xfinity's like, you know what? Or, excuse me, Nationwide Series at the time was like, you know what? We're going to get rid of the composite body look. We're going to go into our form of a brick.
Composite is the brick.
Doesn't matter.
But no, and in all honesty, they've been on that ever since. They've been on that exact same design pretty much ever since they moved to the new car in the Xfinity series.
I don't know. I find that I don't care. I don't care what y'all say. I know it's never coming back, but I find Gen 4 bodies had better racing. On
the plate tracks, I agree. Elsewhere,
no. Elsewhere, they had better racing.
Well, yeah, I guess maybe.
Because, I mean, I'll point out one good race was at Charlotte with Bobby Labonte and Jimmy Johnson going at it. You don't see that now. Even with a green white checker, someone's still going to get a 3-second lead.
Well,
No.
can.
I mean, you're not going to have close
Yeah.
racing anymore with this.
Okay, can we at
new
least agree? Okay, can we at least? Okay,
I don't like it.
I mean, I'm fine with everything, but can we at least agree that Gen 6 is better than Gen 5
By a long shot.
or COT
Yes,
for that
definitely.
matter?
Excuse me, 2 different versions of the Gen 5. We had the spaceship and then the brick. Which one was
Here's how I say it goes. Gen 4, COT, Gen 5, Gen 6.
Here's how I see it. Gen 4, Gen 5 spaceship, Gen 5 brick, Gen 6. Or excuse me, let me do it this way. Best ever, load of crap, either version you pick, decent. That's how I see it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I'm a Gen 4 guy. I'm sorry. I just love it.
I mean, I'm no radical when it comes to that type of thing, but I will say I very much am a big fan of the Gen 4.
I think what they ought to do is just take from like Gen 4 all the way up to the Gen 6 now, put them all out on a track. Like, let's say get the 12 same drivers to drive each one. Okay, and let's say it's an unbiased day. We're not having any manufacturers on these cars or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Well, Gen 6, you really have no choice. But what I'm saying is you take them out there, you let them drive a Gen 4. You let them drive the – we're not doing the spaceship. Just let them drive the Brick 5 and the Gen 6. Okay, and then you're just going to let them have their opinion on which one they like better. And, you know, they don't need to be biased about it. Which one had better racing? Which one had better anything? Which one was back in your hands? Of course, they're not going to like the back in your hands part, but that's what they need to have. In fact, Atlanta racing would be a lot better if they didn't have the Gen 6. Just point blank. Point blank. The Gen 6 is like, it just looks slower.
What do you mean it looks slower?
It's slow at Atlanta. I swear, through the corners, it just looks so slow.
Well,
We're
that's
not
because
going anywhere.
I mean, when Gen 6 first became a thing, they had bigger spoilers, they had more downforce, they had more grip in that regard. But slowly they removed more of that, and more and more.
Well, see, I like that they're removing it, but
But in all honesty, I think that racing, when they were handling better, the racing was better. I think that's what it boils down to. It's not particularly the car type itself. It's about how the car handles.
I just don't like. I'm old school in that regard.
I mean, yeah, I get you. I mean, nothing beats the sound of a Gen 4 car on a plate track. Nothing beats that. But there's no denying. I mean, I think that Gen 6 racing is all right. The cars look all right. I just think in all honesty, if they do go back to higher downforce, I think that would help.
I don't know. I don't like the higher downforce. It's okay.
Not quite not the full blown like what we saw in that one. I think it was 2015 where they put the
Indy.
Yeah, Indy and Michigan even. I think it did that in Michigan as well. Where they put those freaking yeah.
Yeah. I know what you're talking
about.
Not
that. 2013 and 2014, I think.
2014 was the best year since 07, racing wise. Just my opinion.
Exactly.
Because
Junior dominated everything.
No, because actual veterans were like the old guys that fans really liked were actually getting back to that feeling. You saw like for example, like Junior, Gordon, they both had like the best season on record in their careers for, it had been years since they had something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then 2015 comes around and it's like, oh, okay, well, this is crap again. I mean, like 2013, they were just getting used to the cars. I mean, you could tell. But 2014, it seemed like, oh, hey, Junior and Gordon. And I don't know, like, there was quite a few other guys that just, you could tell they liked how it drove.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. 2015 was 2015 was
2015 was kind of crap.
How would you say 2016 was?
2016,
Yeah.
bland.
And,
It's just bland. Like everybody had nearly the same. If you were a front runner, like you're the guy was winning or something, if you won multiple races, you either had 4 wins or 3 wins. And if you were just somebody who won a random race, well, you won a random race or 2. 2016 was just bland. I mean, there was nothing. I mean, Larson got his first win. Chris Buescher got a win before Larson.
Jeff Gordon had that comeback.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah.
No, not really. But yeah.
Well,
Yeah, it was okay.
And how
It
about
was
17?
17.
It was pretty good, actually.
It's 2017 for some reason. It was just like one of the greatest years in NASCAR to date.
You had a lot more diversity with winners, and it was kind of where you had a good guy that was actually winning a lot for once.
And finally,
people liked.
Finally, for the first time since the chase's inception, the guy who won the regular season points standings actually won the championship.
The actual full championship.
And that's what I enjoyed about it. You didn't have this crap where, oh, hey, look, this guy, he comes in, he won it, and hey, now look, he's not champion.
Right.
I mean, you're going to have the people who are mad about Truex dominating, but who's to say we'll ever see anything like that ever again?
Yeah.
Probably not with the way NASCAR's going now.
I thought it was pretty good.
Now, I mean, just see, we had to find something interesting to talk about. We just said Atlanta had nothing, really.
Yeah. Hey, we had a good talk there, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually fixing to probably get rolling. Probably.
I'm probably gonna do an NR race like after this.
Okay.
So, if y'all want to watch, I'm gonna be doing race 16 at the Glen, the Boot. Been doing some testing there. Pretty good. Better than Mexico City. Don't know what happened there.
I mean, podcast sponsored by TRN, official sponsor.
Oh yeah.
TRN.
Plug.
You got some. I'm not gonna spoil anything, but Velocity is in the works of something pretty cool for TRN. That's all I'm gonna say.
And I'm also gonna say that since he's in the works, nothing against him, but since I know what it is, I'm not gonna be able to have anything to. I'll enjoy it with other people if they decide to do it. I, for one, can't because of everything that I have to do to. You know what I'm saying? Like for me to do stuff with races, I can't necessarily do that.
Right.
It's no offense to you, Velocity. It's gonna look great. It's always awesome with you.
Yep.
But I'm not going to be able to use the product in which you make.
It's not for you. You don't have to use
Doesn't matter. It's an intros, and outros, and extros, and Pedros. Can you actually make me a picture?
And hedgerows.
Maybe.
Can you actually? Okay, yeah. I want a nice looking picture. I'm thinking. For the Marco Cup Series thing, I'm thinking of a picture.
I've got the perfect picture.
If you make the picture, I will be happy. I'll pay you 50 cents, like in China.
I sent it in the chat. You can see it, Mantron.
Oh, that.
There you go.
Oh gosh.
I actually like that picture. I might actually use it.
Will that work?
Yeah, it'll work. Perfect. Well, no. What you need to put at the bottom, like right below his mouth, is senpai.
Oh man. Anyways, I've actually got to probably
all right. Well,
step out here, but
I'll end it right now.
Well, if we're wrapping it up here, then we're good.
We will wrap it up.
All right.
All right.
Do we have picks?
Oh yeah. My pick spun out. Apparently, he's 35th in points. Anyways, for Vegas, all right. So let's just go ahead. Who do we have for Vegas, guys? Top, since you're gonna probably be heading out first.
Did we have picks last week?
Y'all were all like, no, we'll wait. And I said I'd put a video up. I picked Johnson, so we see how that went.
Call me crazy. I'm picking Kurt.
Okay.
He led for quite a while, and he was doing good out front there for a while in Atlanta. I think we'll see more out of the Stuart Haas guys.
Who you picking?
How about Logano? Pretty good there last year. Remember, he got in that fight with the Kyle Busch. Logano finished. Actually, it wasn't really a fight because Kyle Busch never landed a punch.
So
stomped on by pick your guys.
So we have Kurt Busch and Joey Logano, which I'd never thought I'd hear Velocity say, but we have Joey Logano. All right, boys. Well, after much deliberation over this, after many thoughts, just the circumstances in which it is, I'm going to have to go with a driver that I think can and will win at Las Vegas. He's been dominant.
Yeah.
He's had some ups and downs in his career. I'm going to have to say, and this guy, he's near and dear to every fan's heart. He's like the fan, not the fan favorite, but he was one of the fan favorites. And everybody was wanting him to win and win and win. You may or may not know who I'm talking about. And if you're thinking Larson, I'll slap you. I'm talking about Truex. I think Truex has got it. I think Truex, just because I think Truex has got it. And there went Velocity. There comes Velocity back.
Velocity back again.
Brief connection issue. No problem.
You fine, man. You fine.
So, yeah, I'm thinking Truex has got Vegas. Once again, I think he's going to go back-to-back.
Yeah.
Nathan, you don't like Truex?
No, I'm telling you, if you're a Larson fan, it's about like being a Gordon fan or an Earnhardt fan. You just can't like the other guy. It's kind of like Larson and Truex, because Larson's good on mile and a half, but Truex is good on mile and a half.
I got you.
It's kind of like, okay, well, we can't win both. Oh, Lord.
Yeah, I get you.
It's understandable. It's understandable. But, yeah, so my picks Truex. Velocities is Joey Logano. And Top Dragster picks Kurt Busch. This ought to be interesting.
Yeah.
Well, you can just say it in the chat, because I know next weekend we'll discuss a guest for possibly joining the podcast next weekend.
Okay.
This is Jay. Hello there.
Hello.
Anyways.
So, yeah, so anyways, Nathan, if you want to say your pick, just type it in the chat. But
I think I know who it's going to be, but we'll see if I'm right.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty much guessing just like there's only going to be one. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and do the sign-off thing if he says it. All right, man, but thank you all so much for watching. Hope y'all enjoyed this podcast. We're trying to do different things. We're trying to make everything better. I know the podcast might have started a few minutes late. That's on my end, but hey, it is what it is. As always, thank you to Top Dragster.
Absolutely.
And Velocity 88X.
Yep.
I knew it.
We're hoping next race will actually have something interesting. But hey, you never know. Anyways. As Nathan's picks are Larson, 1, maybe Newman as number 2, and Bowman as 3 in his upset pick is Suarez. Excuse me. Anyways, this has been the Draft Attack Podcast, Season 2, Episode 4. I am your host, Mantron24. Go sub to all the channels here, and if you're new to our channel, I hope you enjoy and I hope you stick around for years to come. We will enjoy you. Trust us.
Years.
Anyways. Yeah, years. Trust me, we're going to get picked up by NASCAR.
Yeah. We become the next Dirty Mo Radio.
Well, we might call this clean bro radio or something.
Clean bro radio. That sounds okay.
TRN radio. There we go.
Yeah. KB. Okay. I'm thinking you mean Kyle Busch, so I'm just gonna. Okay, but anyways, thank you all so much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed, and we will see you next time. So,
take care, all.
Peace out, guys.
Play Fortnite.